Is there a link between leadership and wellness? Now, I might be biased, but in my view, absolutely yes. What happens when there is a lack of leadership? When there is a lack of leadership, people don't know what they're doing, people have no idea whether they are contributing to work or not. They could feel like they're lonely, they're isolated, there's no communication, there's no transparency, and guess what? That affects your well-being. Now, there's a lot of people out there that will tell me, yeah, but that's up to the employee to figure that out. True, the employee does have a responsibility in trying to maintain their well-being, but so does the organization, so does their leader. And sometimes we forget that it takes two hands to clap. So, what's the link? Well, the link is this. Eudaimonic psychology, which was brought about by Aristotle, and that's about as far as I've gone in my history, so I'm catching up slowly. But eudaimonic psychology, try to say that 5 times, has quite a few principles behind it. But the 3 that are attached to leadership that actually impose themselves on people's well-being is competence, autonomy, and a sense of belonging. Competence is when you surround yourself with people who know what they're doing, who are aware of what they have to go through in order to get a job done, and have the skill, the experience, the knowledge, and the know-how. That's competency. And usually I would also add who are flexible, because a part of competency is to know what you know and what you don't know to a certain degree. Autonomy. Well, that's the second principle behind leadership in my view. And autonomy is when, as a leader, you give your employees the direction that they need, but then you let them do it. What is the point of hiring people, paying them, whether it's a little bit of money or a lot of money, whatever the case is, but then doing their job for them? And then they end up not participating and you end up being overworked and saying that they're not doing a good job. So if you're going to actually hire someone and going to bring them on and going to invest the time into them, give them the autonomy. Once you give them the autonomy, so these are the 2 things you give them, competence, autonomy. What do they give you back? A sense of belonging. That sense of belonging is something that money cannot buy, because if another company or another organization comes and knocks on their door and says, why don't you come and work for us? If they have a strong sense of belonging, and that goes beyond loyalty. Loyalty is nice, but loyalty could be, for example, towards a person. A sense of belonging is, I am part of this organization. I believe in the mission that we're trying to achieve, the vision that we're trying to achieve, and I'm in it for the long run. I'm going to move up in the organization and I believe in the mission and the vision. That in and of itself leads to higher profitability for an organization. Now, the right organization will give that right back to their employees, but we can talk about that later. What it does do, though, is that it makes sure that as an organization, you don't have to go out and constantly replace good employees because they leave. But the reality is, good employees are hard to come by. Good leadership is an even rarer breed. Good leaders need mentorship, need coaching, and need the time to become good leaders. And sometimes we give so many things to people that it's just very overwhelming. So let's just keep it simple. Competence, autonomy, sense of belonging. What are the benefits for an organization? More profitability. Sense of belonging means people won't leave. They'll work harder. What are the benefits for the employees? Mindset, well-being. What's the benefit for the leader? Less pressure, less stress, also well-being related. So there is a strong connection between leadership and well-being, and I'm sure I've said quite a few controversial things. Ready to hear your comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.